Hey everyone. This actually seems to be a modality for me to figure certain things out that are bothering me. Um, so here I go. Samba wants me to move on, get ready to move, and I do mean literally. Um, it's a very scary thing for me. I th- I think I I really I don't want to hope, but I believe he's pushing me to reunite with his physical self. I mean, my heart soars at the idea. I am so alive there. It is not even funny. That, I think, was part of the reason for the sheer heartbreak of coming back here. Knowing I was coming back into all my karmic stuff that I didn't know it was karma at the time. I mean, I suspected it. But I knew this was stuff I had created, this life I had created, and it was time for me to just deal with it. I couldn't just throw the bomb back behind me and then move into a new life. But coming back here, after experiencing paradise, yeah, my twin and I fought a lot, and I was really lonely over there. I was really scared. My physical needs were not necessarily taken care of. It was a huge jump out of my comfort zone. It was also the best thing that ever happened to me. I faced just... I jumped off of a cliff, I knew, when I went there. I was going to have to, get completely out of my comfort zone and face a lot of fears. And I realized that a lot of fears I have, like, say, because I'm a rather OCD person, and it's gotten worse over the years, and I had suspected it was actually related to my stress and frustration with my life as it is now. But over there, I suddenly wasn't that concerned about touching things or whatever. I'm just saying, energy over there for me was freer. I was breathing better. My allergies were non-existent. All of these things I realized were actually attached to the lifestyle I have here. And I remember crying to Jeannie, saying, "You have no idea what you have here. You have no idea what I'm going back to. I don't want to be a city girl anymore. I want to be on this farm. I want to be able to walk up the hill and just go and sit in a forest if I want to. I'm tired of all the traffic, all the people. I just want... And yet you have no appreciation for any of this." So there was that huge contrast. At any rate, when I came back, I think that was a big part that led to my, no, not gradual, just full on, just sudden drop into depression. I came back here determined to fix things and determined to find a way to make paradise for myself. And I didn't realize it was going to be such a long process. I didn't realize I was going to get so sick. I didn't realize that everything I would try would just be like, it was just uncovering layer after layer of problems, and nothing was ever going to get solved, and I would feel like I was running around with my tail between my legs, and it was ridiculous. And see, I'm facing one of those moments today. If you're sensing frustration from me, there it is. I am being told it is time to move on. And as frustrated as this living environment makes me, it's all I've really known my whole adult life. Last year, when I went to go meet, or when I met Jeannie, and we were making plans to see each other, I suddenly decided in that moment to do what I have been unwilling to do or even consider, and that was I said I was going to get divorced. Since I came back, I've been trying to fix things with my husband. And you see, this is the thing. We're both rather mature people, and we weren't going to end things in an ugly battle. In fact, he helped me a lot to see if Jeannie was someone for me. He was there to pick me up when Jeannie threw me away. I feel like I am so conflicted right now. My husband is a beautiful man, a loving man. He shows love in his own way, I've come to realize. But there has always been this tension, lack of passion, a huge lack of intimacy and passion. And when I came back, one of the things I told him when I was gone is I said, I want you to find a way to create a relationship with our daughter, because you guys are always so separate. When I came back, I realized that he couldn't create a relationship with her for the same reasons that he couldn't create a relationship with me, and that was that he was afraid to open his heart. I don't want to sound like the victim here and say that I was the only one that was trying. Or say that he was just a narcissist. I mean, I've had to recover a lot from that too, because it didn't just start with Jeannie. That's one of the things I was afraid of with Jeannie. I was like, oh my gosh, you remind me so much of my husband. Okay, obviously there's things here for me to fix and I address. But with Jeannie from the very beginning, it was like it was a second chance. And now I'm wondering, is Samba pushing me back to that second chance? Can I really hope for that? When Jeannie pushed me away, I tried so hard to rekindle something in my marriage. Something besides it just being a marriage of convenience. A marriage where there was no love and no passion. Should I just accept, the comfortability I do have, that my material needs are met? But I can't be myself here. I had a dream. I've had a series of dreams because I don't know what to do. Samba is pushing me back toward Jeannie. I feel Jeannie, the connection is becoming so strong. It's like I thought I gave that up, but I was never able to stop thinking about him. And I have this intense longing, no more intense longing, no. Just knowing that we're coming back together. And that has a different way of scaring me now. I'm not scared of the things that we went through, how he mirrored my husband, and all the growth that I have done as a result. I know that when I see him, he'll be a new man. He's had to go through a lot. The divine masculines have had to go through a lot. So that's not what I'm concerned about, because I can hold my own. I have become such a strong person. I have found out so much about myself, which is exactly what the twin flame is supposed to catalyze. He catalyzed a tremendous healing in me. And I'm thankful for that. And I have moved past the pain of that to realize the gift that was there. But then the question kept asking me is, are you willing to keep your heart open? Are you willing to love again? And so now, I believe Samba, yeah, where he's pushing for the reunification, and I do believe it's going to happen, and I really want it to happen. I really want to be back in paradise. I feel so alive there, so much more creative. It's just like all this heaviness that I am around that I feel like is just pulling me down, that I can't do anything about it. And I have tried so many ways to fix this, but a person can only do so much on his or her own. And it was only me that was trying to fix things. It was only me that wanted to grow and be spiritual. And the season's over. So I had a dream the other night of, I have made so many compromises here. And so I've had 2 dreams now that have told me that if I stay, I'm going to basically, in essence, lose the life that I've gained, this vitality I have found, because I will go into compromise again and again, and I will further compromise everything I want, and I will never find happiness. Because happiness is not found in material things, and I have to be willing to go back into a place where I know that materially, it's not as comfortable as the life I have here, but I have to have faith that it will get there. So the first dream was that I told you I live in a multi-generational home. This isn't something I've wanted. I have compromised so much and tried to make it work. And today, oh, never mind, I need to stay on topic here. The first dream was about all the work that I have done here to try to create a balance between 2 families, in essence, to try to integrate us. In my dream, his dad came through, and in my dream it was represented by him tearing down all the fences so his dogs could roam free. In the fences in my dream represented all the things that I had done to try to create. This is just what I felt. All these things that I'd done to try to create this situation where our lives could be together but separate and respectable to each other's spaces and boundaries, and me still trying to constantly strive for what I want. So the fences were, in essence, complete and utter spitting in my face of my boundaries, my attempts at finding, there's a word I'm groping for here, but I can't find it, balance, but it's the ability for people to coexist together. It's just respecting boundaries, and I have tried so hard. So, and to just let his dogs roam free. Dogs have associations with, and well, at least for me, I have allergies, and I'm definitely, if I had to choose between cats or dogs, I prefer cats. And I'm not a dog person. So for me, dogs are, to just let dogs roam free. And it was like, in my mind, they were pooping all over everything. So then the second dream was that we were moving back into our old space here in this house, and we've finally moved ourselves into a bigger space that better suits our needs. And I have been working for 2 years to try to create that, but it seemed like we were hitting problem after problem. And then when I came back, I was like, I'm just gonna fix all of this. I'm tired of it all. I'm tired of all this clutter. I'm tired of all, just everything. I'm gonna fix it. And I in my dream, I remember going back to this old space, and I'm like, suddenly being triggered by all these things that were there that I really didn't like. And I didn't want to have to be around it again. So the point I realized of these 2 dreams was that by staying, I'll be going back to everything, and the life will so slowly drain out of me again. And I can't do that. 3 years. 3 years ago, I broke down. I had reached a point of forgiving my husband, realizing the things that I had done to create it, of realizing that we probably just had a marriage of convenience, and I was okay with that until Jeannie came along. Jeannie ignited my heart and showed me it was possible to love. I thought love had died. My body had not felt a man's touch in 13 years. So forgive me for being a little desperate, and I've gone back and forth with myself. But I was so desperate that I didn't even care. I did care. I gave myself to somebody that I thought was going to love me back. Instead, I felt like a slut. But yet, he's still exactly what I want. So the question is do I stay here among this comfort even though I'm not happy? Or do I choose happiness? And I'm going to choose happiness. And so with today, it's like I'm trying to fix all of these things up to leave. Fix them up for my daughter to have a space. But I am honestly tired of constantly addressing things that just will not work within all of these confines. I have gotten super creative. But ultimately, it all stems from the fact of I am just trying to survive. Trying to find some happiness amongst all of these limitations, amongst all of these confining factors, and never having what I want. And it's time for me to have what I want. Even if that means that I do have to deal with some discomforts for a while. That's all Jeannie is now. Or the life that he has is just some discomforts. But that is ultimately what I want. It's just a matter of me detoxing from my city girl behavior, I guess. I'm not sure what my point of all this was, other than I know I need to leave. And it scares me, but I think the purpose of this was for me to finally decide in my heart that that's what I want to do. And to trust that the universe is going to help me to get there, because right now I don't have the means to do anything, and I don't want to leave my husband and daughter, I don't want to leave in the same way that I did before. I want them to be taken care of. I don't want my husband to have a job. I would like it if he could just homeschool our daughter, and because he told me that was the reason that he didn't do anything with her, is he didn't have any time because he kept having to work. Because then he had to take on my household responsibilities too. I want to be able to pay off our debts. I created this stuff. I'm half responsible for all this stuff and all these messes. I want to get to a point where I have just the stuff that I want, that if I want to move that stuff, I can. But the rest of the stuff I'm clinging on to is gone. But I'm also just feeling this. I'm finally feeling more energy, more alive, not so sick. But now there's another conflict coming at me of I just want to go. I've moved out of that whole thing of being comfortable where I'm at and just saying this is life as it's going to be. To suddenly now Jeannie is back in my head and is pulling at me and saying, will you come to me? I'm coming for you. I'm coming to save you. I'm coming to get you out. And I want that. So I'm just going to trust that my guides are going to help me. Or Samba is going to help me. The universe is going to help me. I don't know. I'm going to end this now. I didn't mean for this to go on so long, and it's probably just a rant. I don't know. I really don't know what the point of this is. Samba just has me record these, and I think better when I'm recording, but I don't know what I resolved. So, alright. I love you all. Bye.